Hello and welcome in to Watkins Glen here for the Kelly Coburn Memorial GP Grand Prix here on the Donut Box Racing League's YouTube channel. Got the Xfinity Series live tonight. Sorry about a little bit of a delay. Naturally having computer issues at the very worst time. No other way to have it. But we're already into qualifying here. It's, NASCAR style. Everybody out on the track at the same time to see who can set the fastest lap. Got our regulars on track like Mr. Cam Patterson there. The Red Bull machine, you got Cody Moore there and his Mighty Donut 88. Logan Festchician. Doing a little bit of Drift King action for us here early. Shane Fuller also out there on the track along with Christian Taylor. Rook Wilmot, the Mad Cow, made an appearance tonight along with the family man Tony Osborne. You got Ben Madden, everybody's favorite Australian there in that number 33. Frank Warner and his classic number 9 out there as well as Mark Parkhurst in the 04. Nobody has put a time on the board yet. I think the 38 of Cam Patterson is going to be the first one to put a lap on the board. So we'll see what a time he's able to get. He's going to be one of the favorites tonight for sure. Always fast when it comes to turning right. Sets the bar to 14.342. Not sure if that lockup was intentional, but the 88 of Cody Moore with a 0.31 behind Cam Patterson. He also takes her to pit road. Shane Fuller across the stripe puts the new pole time on the board, 114.28. Let's see what the 96 Christian Taylor has for us. Fourth on the board, 115.950. Little drift action himself gets out of the way there of the 04. Family man blinking his way out of the final turn. Let's see where he ends up. 116.9 for Mr. Osborne. Rick Wilmot, the Mad Cow. 120.7 for him. That's a pretty rough time. Frank Warner, similar boat, 119.629. Those guys are really going to hopefully pick it up. Logan Festchician in the 78, he is restarting now his qualifying effort, as well as Cam Patterson. Shane Fuller comes across the stripe. A little bit slower that lap, 114.676. Of course, this is open qualifying, so these drivers do have the full 10 minutes to set as many or as few laps as they want. Mark Parker's crossed the stripe. He gets fourth on the board, 115.08. Ben Madden, no time on the board yet. Next across the stripe is going to be the 96 here, Christian Taylor. See if he's able to improve on his 115.9. He must have had some issues or something that lap because that time did not count. Logan Festchician's time did, though, 114.89. He takes that fourth spot. Cam Patterson just completed another lap, but he was about a tenth slower than his first attempt. Tony Osborne going to give it another go across the stripe. think he did improve that lap down to a 1:16.965 for the 10 car. Shane Fuller giving it another shot for us here. Already sitting on the pole. Can he get faster? Not that lap. The laps tick off quick here at this road course compared to a lot of them. 1:14. It's a long lap, but there's a lot of places that the laps are definitely longer than that. See what Logan Festitian can do here on his second lap. Must have had some sort of issue. He was not able to set a time that time around. Cody Moore, I believe, improves his time. He's a 1:14.652. But we've got about 3 minutes to go. Shane Fuller sits on top of the leaderboard. Chris Bishop has made it out here. Unfortunately for him, that's not the track. He went for a ride in the gravel. So he finds himself back on pit road. Oh, 96. Hard into the fence. What can the 88 machine Cody Moore do? Improves his time by a little bit, down to a 1:14.61. We've got about a minute and a half left here. Mark Parkhurst improves a spot. 1:14.681 moves him from 5th to 4th, passing Logan Festitian. Shane Fuller across the stripe. Does not improve on his pole winning lap. I know he is on the track right now, so I feel rude to interrupt, but he's still sitting on the pole for now, so let's go ahead. Have a chat with the man on the top of the board, Mr. Shane Fuller. Shane, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got a copy? I know this is usually the point of time where you're getting a break after getting the pole, and you don't have to be driving while I'm interviewing you, but, you know, just putting the pressure on you a little bit here as you're on running the track while I'm talking to you. But sitting on the pole by about 6/100ths right now, how's the car feeling for you tonight? There you go, improved 1:14.19. So definitely competitive when it comes to the turning right stuff. You were doing real good at Chicago until you had an unfortunate incident there. You're looking good so far tonight. That's what I'll say for sure. Oh gosh. I just realized the broadcast missed that entire interview, but to sum it up, Shane says the car is very slippery. I had technology issues, I had to push the stream back. Apparently I forgot to check one thing, but we're good. So, say hi to the people, Shane. I wasn't talking to myself, I promise.
Hello, fans. Welcome in.
But anyways,
to sum it up, car good, racetrack hot. There you go.
That's the best way to put it. Yeah, we've got a track tempo 121 up in the booth, so y'all have fun with that.
Try. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. But congrats again on the pole. I guess we're gonna hang out, watch the Mad Cow himself, Rick Wilmot, do his last lap around the track. But I'll let you get back down to your team, bud.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Holy smokes! I usually check when I'm interviewing to see how the sound levels are. You know, make sure the person I'm talking to is loud enough over the broadcast. But it was a bad feeling when I noticed that it wasn't coming through at all. So I had to fix that real quick. And these drivers getting ready to grid up. I'm gonna throw the point screen up for you guys real quick while I try to fix something in the background. It's all a mess. It is all a mess. Give me just one moment, folks. Hopefully I can get this done before the start of the race here. Unfortunately, that's not going to work. Oh well. The only issue is we'll be without one of our cameras. But let's go ahead and get through the grid here. Turn the music down. Turn the vibes up as we get ready to go racing here. You just heard from him a few minutes ago. Shane Fuller in the 57 car there on the left side of the track. He has the pole. He's going to lead the field to green. Cam Patterson in the 38 Red Bull machine to his outside in row 1. Row 2 is going to be the 88 of Cody Moore and the 04 of Mark Parkhurst. Row 3, the 78 of Logan Festchischen and the 10 of Tony Osborne. Row 4, the 96 Christian Taylor alongside Ben Madden in the 33. Row 5 is going to be the 9 of Frank Warner and the 40 of Rick Wilmot. Christopher Bishop, Mike Poole, Ryan Castleberry all out on track. Did not set times. But we're getting ready to jump right into it here. We watch him come around the final corner. You're going to see the pace car come off the track. Green flag is out here at Watkins Glen for the Kelly Coburn Memorial GP. Shane Fuller leading them down to turn 1. Cam Patterson sticking right on his outside. No one makes an incredible dive into turn 1. Cam Patterson almost goes around. They're trying to wreck. Cody Moore, Logan Festchischen getting caught up there. And there is a wreck. The Frank Warner and the number 9 is around. Of course, we're at a road course, so local cautions. That's going to set Frank Warner back early. Battle for second brewing here between Mark Parkhurst, Cam Patterson going into the bus stop. Patterson going to take that spot. Parker slips in behind. Things already getting shaken up early here. Shane Fuller out to a pretty good sized lead here. Pretty early on. Of course, we'll see once they get across the stripe for the first time. Hopefully it starts updating the scoreboard. It does. Awesome. Cam Patterson holds on to that second spot. Mark Parkhurst comfortably in third. Cody Moore has made his way to fourth. Tony Osborne in fifth, rounding out the top five. Sixth is the 96 of Christian Taylor. Logan Peshchishin gets past Ben Madden there for seventh. Ben Madden goes to eighth. Christopher Bishop in ninth. Ryan Castleberry in that 32 car in 10th, almost going off the track there. Mike Poole there in 11th. Frank Warner way back here in 12th. Rick Wilmot in the 40 already finds himself on pit road. Cam Patterson that 38 trying to make tracks. Catch the 57 car there, Shane Fuller. I'm not sure what's going on with the cameras. I don't know if that's me or something going on with the old iRacing. Give me 2 seconds here. I think I have stuff broken. See if I can fix. That should be better. The cameras should change automatically, and yes, they do. Boy, we're off to a rough start tonight. My apologies. Cam Patterson is reeling in Shane Fuller a bit by bit, though. Cody Moore trying to gain on the 04 of Mark Parkhurst. Of course, this is race number 1 of the round of 8. Let's go ahead and update you on the playoff standings. Of course, 3 races in the round. Cam Patterson comes into the night with the biggest advantage, up 36 points on the cut line. Shane Fuller up 20. Mark Parkhurst up 16. Cody Moore up 11. The 4 drivers fighting to make their way into the top 4. Christian Taylor, Frank Warner, Tony Osborne, and Logan Peshchishin. Take a look back here, the 78. Speaking of Logan Peshchishin, he's trying to get to the back bumper of the Christian Taylor in that 96 DraftKings car. Peshchishin showing speed early. Of course, caught up in a little scuffle out of turn 1 on the first lap. Set him back. 96. The DK stands for DraftKings, not Drift King. Get it together, man. Get it back straight. He's going to get it back going. He's going to lose a couple spots, though. Slip back to 8th. Cam Patterson now getting right up on the back bumper of the 57 of Shane Fuller. We might have ourselves a battle for the lead here pretty soon. Of course, if you were here for the Chicago Street Course, it was between these 2 drivers there as well. Both these guys exceptional racers in general, but when it comes to this turn and right stuff is where they both really seem to shine compared to the rest of the field. Looks like the 96 is around again. He'll back that thing up, get back going. That's going to put him back to 10th place now, unfortunately for him. The end of stage number 1, but the end of lap 20. We'll have a full course yellow re-rack everybody. Give everybody a second chance. Let's go ahead and ride on board with the 38 Cam Patterson. See what he's seeing, see what he's dealing with this slippery track as he tries to reel in Shane Fuller. Having to be very sensitive on that gas pedal, it seems. The 33 of Ben Madden finds himself on pit road. Misses his box there by a little bit, it looks like, but maybe not. Looks to be just a quick shot of fuel there for the 33, and that tells me these drivers may not have enough fuel to make it to lap 20. Probably going to see some pit stops. He comes out right next to Frank Warner. Warner just going to let Madden go out of pit road there. Shane Fuller in that 57 staying consistent. Doing a real good job at keeping the 38 at bay. Patterson does have the fastest lap of the race so far at a 14.489. But last lap, Shane Fuller was faster by about half a tenth compared to the 38. Fastest lap that previous time around actually goes to the 04 of Parkhurst back here in third. He's gained a little bit of ground on the 88. Might be working on reeling in this group top two cars here. Looks like we've got a pretty solid 4 cars up near the front. Shane Fuller, Cam Patterson, Mark Parkhurst, Cody Moore. All right here within about 3 or 4 seconds of each other. Got to go a little farther back to find the 10 there of Osborne and the 78 of Festchischen in 5th and 6th. And it's a pretty big drop back to 7th there. Mike Poole in the 84, everyone's favorite Canadian. As we continue to keep watchful eyes on the potential battle starting to brew for first here. Patterson trying to do his best to reel in that 57, but Shane Fuller doing a really good job, as I've said already. He's doing a really good job at just being consistent, not making any mistakes, and he's held on to this lead because of it. Teammates here in the 10 and 78, Tony Osborne, Logan Festchischen. It's starting to turn into a decent battle here between these two guys for the 5th spot. Festchischen about 4/10 faster last lap. Overall, though, Osborne does have a faster lap between the two. As every time these two drivers come through here, I feel like Cam Patterson ekes himself just ever so closer. They were only separated by about 0.2 of a second there out of the carousel. I believe that's what it's called. Any Watkins Glen fans in the chat can correct me. I think that's the fancy word for it. I could just say the long right-hander. But anyways, I can see 10 people tuned in watching. If you're out there watching, you know, say what's up in the chat. Say hello. If you're new here, hit that like button, that subscribe button. Hitting that like button boosts the stream up, gives it a better chance of reaching new eyes, get more people having eyes on the Donut Box Racing League's YouTube channel. If you end up tuning in for the first time, you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. That'll keep you updated on every stream we do from here on out. Hit that little notification bell too. That's an important one. It'll let you know every time a new video or stream goes live. That way you don't have to go looking for it. You can just click a notification. It's that easy. Frank Warner now in for his stop. Shane Fuller in that 57. He comes down now from the lead. Lets Cam Patterson, that 38 car, take the lead over. We'll see what the 57 does here pit-wise. Probably just going to be a shot of fuel. Logan Festich and Tony Osborne also down pit road. Cody Moore in the 88. He came down earlier. I must have missed it. Fuller, after a quick shot of fuel, does find himself coming back out on the track. Christian Taylor in that 96. Of course, he made his pit stop about 3 laps ago. So while he does have Cam Patterson right there behind him, I wouldn't say he's quite in danger of losing a lap, because the 38 still has to come down pit road, which it looks like he will do this time around. Does the 04 as well. No, the 04 is going to stay out. Snag himself a bonus point for leading a lap. Mark Parkhurst definitely been one of the more consistent drivers all year. And you can really see that if we show you here, if we pull up the points. Cam Patterson, of course, he's been the dominant driver this season. He sits on top of the board with 796, but Mark Parkhurst right there behind him. 4 races left. He is in striking distance to maybe get that top spot in the points. Not out of the question. Definitely would be an uphill battle, but it is possible. As he puts the 84 of Mike Poole a lap down. Let's see if the 04 will come down pit road this time or not. Nah, he's going to stay on out there, keep knocking out laps. Cam Patterson did make it out of pit road ahead of the 57 of Fuller, so once the pit cycle is complete, Cam Patterson will be leading the way. Shane Fuller's pit stop was about a second longer than the 38's. That's what was able to give the 38 the jump there on the 57. Christopher Bishop, Ben Madden, pretty close together here on the track. Bishop yet to pit. Ben Madden already has made his pit stop. 42 car going to go around one more time at least. 33 of Madden does have the run here. Is he going to look to the inside of the 42? He does. 42 going wide. Going to give the 33 the position there. We turn our attention back to Mark Parkhurst continuing to lead. Look out for Frank Warner in the way there. Warner had to tow. Let's go back and see if we can see what happened to the 9 there. He's coming through the final turn. Overcooked it a little bit, ends up in the fence. It's going to cost Mark Parkhurst a little bit of time there. Current running order, of course, you got him. You see him right here. The 04 Mark Parkhurst continues to lead the way. Yet to come down pit road. Cam Patterson in second. Shane Fuller sits third place. Cody Moore in the 88 in fourth. Pretty big gap back to fifth. The 78 of Logan Fastician holds on to that spot in that Buffalo Bills car. Family man Tony Osborne right there in sixth. Ben Madden seventh. Chris Bishop still yet to pit. He's in eighth. Christian Taylor in ninth. Mike Poole in the 84 finds himself in 10th. '96 does a little spinnerooski. It's going to put him a lap down. Gets her back going. Mark Parker's going to continue to lead the way, though. And we'll be back with you here shortly. Going to take a quick break as we get closer to the end of stage one. Did you see Mark Parkhurst finally come down pit road? get some fuel in that car. We're going to have about 2 laps to go until the end of the stage. And he is going to relinquish the lead to the 38 of Cam Patterson there on the right side of your screen. Shane Fuller is creeping up on the 38. I don't think it's quite over. The battle between these two drivers. As we've got some beautiful scenic shots around this speedway. It'll be interesting to see how spicy this stage 1 finish can get between these two. They're the only 2 guys in the picture, really. Mark Parkhurst about 6 seconds back. As we take a look from the blimp cam, you can see him there quite a far way away from the 2 battling for the stage win here. Fuller looking to peek a nose inside, maybe trying to psych out the 38 a little bit, make him think a dive bomb's coming. And it looks like as the run goes on and the tires get older, these cars are getting a little harder to control. First couple laps we were seeing lap times in the 14s and 15s. Now they're running 16s and 17s. A few 18s out there. But coming across the stripe here should be the white flag for the stage. We gotta get to watch one more battle here between these 2 drivers. One more lap around for the stage 1 finish. Fuller with a good run out of the corner. Right on the tail end of the 38. It's right on board with the 57. You see Patterson really slinging that car around. He was mowing some grass there through the bus stop. You can really hear him struggle to put the power down. Track temp is up to 123 degrees. Yellow flag is out early, but these drivers will battle to the line. Fuller tries to go around the outside. It isn't gonna work. Stage 1 winner will be the 38 of Cam Patterson. Shane Fuller gets 2nd. Mark Parkhurst will claim 3rd in stage number 1. Cody Moore in the 88 comes around to take 4th. 5th will go to the 78 there of Logan Festischen. 6th will be the 10 of Tony Osborne. 7th goes to the 33 there, Ben Madden. Then you have to go way back to find Mike Poole, who is in 8th. Christian Taylor 9th. Christopher Bishop in 10th. But as they pace around the track, Let's go ahead and chat with the man who takes the stage number 1 win and see what he has to say. Cam, it's Jesse up in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, you get a good stop on pit road, about a second faster than Shane's pit stop. End up coming out of pits with the lead, and you take the stage 1 win. How does it feel?
It feels very satisfying, very good. Good for those playoff points, especially since the next round is the championship race. So I'm just trying to do everything I can to get this win. And I was hoping for a good battle for the lead, and thankfully I'm getting that. Shane is literally right up on my tail, and I'm right up on his whenever we're racing. I think he's definitely a little bit faster in that longer run. I had no rear grip whenever I was getting to the end of the stage, and it was really annoying. This car is really annoying to drive, but it's nice that I was able to prioritize on not getting as much fuel as needed and get that lead, get the stage win.
Yeah, absolutely. On the last lap there, we had a shot of you going through the bus stop. We were watching from on board the 57, and you had that car sideways pretty much throughout the entire bus stop. So definitely a hot track. Rear grip's definitely not there. So looks to be a
100%.
fun driver's track tonight. I wish you luck. Congrats on the stage 1 win.
Appreciate it, Jesse.
That was Cam Patterson, the 38 there. Let him not have to worry about talking to me while he goes in to make his pit stop. These tires do seem to be burning up on these cars, so you're probably going to see everybody taking tires here. Sometimes you come out to a road course, and it may just be the Xfinity cars, but I know with the next-gen cars, a lot of the times, you can get away with not taking tires because they just last forever. It's clearly not the case here with this car. In fact, I gotta say, shout out to one of the Storm Motorsports driver in the 15. He's not here tonight, Jack Scoville. Not sure where he has been lately, but me and him finished 1-2 in a race in the Cup cars at Watkins Glen because we pulled some pit strategy when it comes to the tires. Ended up getting the lead in second place and just kind of ran away with it. So I don't think tire strategy is going to really play into things tonight. By the way, this track is burning up these Goodyear Eagles. But looks like we're going to have about a lap and a half until we go back green. So we're going to take another break. And we'll be back with you shortly. Just a couple of corners and we're back. Green flag racing. Cam Patterson, Shane Fuller, row 1. Mark Parkhurst, Cody Moore there, row 2. Ben Madden and Logan Festchischen, row 3. Chris Bishop, Tony Osborne, row 4. Row 5, Mike Poole, Christian Taylor. It's been a good battle between the 38 and 57. All race so far. We'll see if that continues as they come through the final corner here before that pace car is going to dip off. And we'll be back. Green flag racing. Green flag back out. Shane Fuller taking a dive to the outside. He's going to keep and take the lead over Fuller. Takes the lead. Patterson falls into second. The 88 of Cody Moore up into third. Battling for fourth side by side. The Parkhurst and Festchischen. Festchischen gonna back off. Be content with fifth for now. Similar look as stage number 1. Shane Fuller taken over early. Grass flying up all over the track out of the final corner there. As Festchischen looks to the inside now of the 04 again. Still side by side between these two for fourth. Festchischen, of course, caught up on the lap 1 scuffle. He feels this is his first time to really fight for position, and he's giving it all he can to get past the 04. It's right on board with the 78. The two drivers that have been class of the field through stage 1 continue to show their strength here in stage number 2. Shane Fuller and Cam Patterson starting to run away from Cody Moore in third now. Battle continues for the fourth spot here between Parkhurst and Festchischen. Festchischen looked to the inside again, thinks better of it. Continue to keep an eye on the fight for the lead. Whenever it does get close, Cam Patterson within 0.2 of a second now of the 57 of Fuller. I do just want to reiterate, it may look fairly easy when we're, not in the car and we're just watching, but Shane Fuller spoke about it earlier. Cam Patterson spoke about it at the end of stage 1. This track is extremely hot. It's 82 degrees here in New York where Watkins Glen is, and the track, down on the track, it's 124 degrees. So extremely hot. Very hot track, which means not a lot of grip. Let's ride on board with the 38 of Cam Patterson once again here. As these two drivers continue to dog it out, we'll keep an eye on this, but we'll go ahead and go through your running order currently. You got Shane Fuller and Cam Patterson right here on your screen, first and second. Cody Moore in the 88 right there in third. Mark Parkhurst fourth. Logan Feschishin right there in fifth. Tony Osborne, the family man, sits in sixth. Ben Madden in the seventh spot. Eighth goes to the 96 of Chris. Never mind. Eighth goes to the 84 of Mike Poole. Ninth goes to the 42 of Chris Bishop, and Christian Taylor has fallen back to 10th. Frank Warner, Ryan Castleberry, Rick Wilmot out of this race. Only 10 cars out on the track at the moment. As these two continue to race here, we'll give you a quick reminder. 75 laps, about 184 miles. These drivers are doing night stages are at 20 and 45. We're in the middle of stage 2 right now. Fixed setup as always, one fast repair, 4 sets of Goodyear tires. And now all these drivers out here have already burned up 1 set of those tires. As I spoke about earlier, sometimes the tires don't have too much of an effect in road course races, but they do here tonight at Watkins Glen. Lap times dropped off by about 3 seconds over the course of a run, so with these drivers not wanting to take the time to take a set of tires during the stage, it's important to be able to save tire. Patterson does look to the inside of the 57 there, catches a little bit of the curb. But you really want to focus on maintaining your pace and not burning up the tires too much, because if someone does save them better than you, once you get to the end of a run, they definitely have a shot at reeling you back in. We're going to continue to stay hyper-focused right here on the battle for the lead, because that's really the only battle going on the track at the moment. There is starting to be a battle here for 10th. Or, I'm sorry, battle for 9th between Chris Bishop and Christian Taylor. Patterson looking to the inside of the 57 once again here into turn 1. Fuller going to keep the power down. Continue to maintain the lead. Definitely starting to see Patterson in that 38 kind of experiment, see what can work to try to find a way around the 57 here. He's tried going down the inside in turn 1 the last 2 laps, and it has not worked out for him. We'll see if he keeps trying that or he comes up with something else clever to do. Christian Taylor, Chris Bishop go side by side coming towards the bus stop here. Bishop going to give that spot to Taylor. All of a sudden, we're getting little battles all over the track here. Ben Madden and Tony Osborne real close here for 6th. Mark Parkhurst in the 04 trying to reel Cody Moore in that 88 to get into 3rd. Fastest car on the track that previous lap was the man in the lead, the 57. He's starting to build a little bit of a gap now to the 38. The gap for 3rd continues to shrink between the 88 and the 04. We haven't been on board with the 04. We'll go ahead and check out his perspective. Couple drivers coming down pit lane. Now the 78 of Logan Festischen making his stop, as well as the 84 Mike Poole. Your first 2 down pit lane, stage number 2. Both of those drivers throwing a fresh set of tires on the car. So maybe trying to see if they can get some fresh tires, get some speed here in stage number 2 compared to everybody else. As the 04 Parkhurst does get by the 88 of Cody Moore now. Moore goes down pit lane to become the 3rd car this stage to bring it to the box. Ben Madden and Tony Osborne continuing to battle here. This is your closest fight on track. Currently for the 5th position. 4th position, actually, I'm sorry. 88 of Cody Moore also going with a set of fresh tires here. Be interesting to see what the leaders, what Shane Fuller, Cam Patterson decide to do, if either of them decide to take tires or if they're just going to go fuel only like they did in stage number 1. Patterson comes down pit road. We'll keep an eye on what the 38 decides to do as far as pit strategy goes. Shane Fuller continues to lead. Mark Parkhurst, of course, inheriting that second spot. Tony Osborne in the 10 also comes down pit road. Cam Patterson in the 38 goes fuel only for his pit stop. Already back there on the track, 6.4 second stop for the 38. Drivers that have taken tires, their stops have been about 14 seconds long, so it's about an 8-second difference in a lap. Tony Osborne going fuel only as well. Shane Fuller going to come down this time. If I was a betting man, I'd put money on that he's going to copy Cam's strategy and take fuel only himself. Parkhurst once again inherits the lead during the pit cycle. Shane Fuller in his box now. You can see him there on the left side of your screen. Patterson does take the lead, but the 57 of Fuller, he's taken tires. He's going to have about 9 laps to try to reel the 38 back in with the quicker lap times. We'll see if he's able to do it. Looks like potentially more issues for the 96 of Taylor. He's lost a couple of spots last lap. Chris Bishop in the 42 lets the 57 of Shane Fuller go by. Let's go ahead and ride on board with the old 57 car. Ben Madden finishing up his pit stop now. 96 of Taylor goes down for his stop. Mark Parkhurst in the 04 continues to lead as we've got about 8 laps to go here in stage number 2. He's going to continue to stay out. Cam Patterson, first car on the track as far as drivers that have taken their pit stop for this stage. We'll compare lap times here between the 38 and the 57. Patterson across the stripe, 16.68. Shane Fuller's lap of 14.46. Almost 2 seconds faster than the 38 on those fresh tires. As we take a look here, the 84 Mike Poole working on reeling in the 33 there, Ben Madden. That's going to be your battle for 7th place. Parkhurst continues to stay out and run laps as we're officially halfway in tonight's race. It's right on board. Canada versus Australia. Mike Poole versus Ben Madden. Battle for the lead starting to heat up once again as we get closer to the end of stage number 2. Mark Parkhurst does make his way onto pit road. Cam Patterson there in the 38 on older tires. Shane Fuller on a nice fresh set of fresh set of tires. There we go. I got through it. Fuller continues to be your fastest car on the track. Patterson re-inherits the lead now for Mark Parkhurst, but for how long? You can tell that 38 car struggling for grip a lot more than the 57, which obviously makes sense considering the tire difference. Fuller not able to make the pass yet, as Ben Madden and Mike Poole continue to battle for that 6th spot. Fuller thinking about looking to the inside of the 38. Side by side now going into the second to last turn. Fuller takes over the lead. With about 3 laps to go here in stage number 2. Shane Fuller in first, Cam Patterson second. The 88 Cody Moore there in third. Behind him is the 04 Mark Parkhurst in fourth. The 78 Logan Fashishkin continues to hold on to fifth. And we continue to have a battle for the lead, or battle for sixth. Mike Poole finally getting by the 33 of Ben Madden. Mike Poole giving us a little wave with the ass into his car coming out of the final corner there. But that'll put Ben Madden back to 7th. Tony Osborne there, the family man, holds on to that 8th spot. 9th is 42 of Chris Bishop. And the 96 of Christian Taylor. He's in that 10th spot. He ends up going around there. Ends up in front of the 78 there. See if we can go back and see what happened to the 96 through the bus stop there. Just came in a little too hot there. The rear end swung out and around he went. Did a good job of avoiding any damage to that car. Shane Fuller continues to lead the way as stage 2 coming to a close. It's that awkward time where I don't think there's enough time for it to be worth taking a break. But we've got a couple laps here with not much to talk about as far as battles go on the track. So what we will do, for those who might have missed last week's race, we'll go ahead and refresh you on how everything turned out at Bristol. Mark Parkhurst got the win. Logan Festchishin, with his best performance of the season, pulled out second. Shane Fuller finished third. Tony Osborne, the family man, got fourth. Cody Moore, fifth. Sixth went to Cam Patterson. Seventh to Frank Warner. Eighth to Jordan Shearer. Ninth went to Ben Madden in the 33. And then Chris Bishop closed out the top 10 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Bristol was definitely a pretty good race. Had a fairly long green flag run at the end. It's not often on iRacing that you see green flag stops at Bristol, but if I remember correctly, I do believe we did see green flag stops. Of course, I could be completely wrong, but I feel like I would remember something like that. I don't know, man. Maybe the memory's starting to slip. But I can tell you what's not slipping right now is that 57 of Shane Fuller. He takes the white flag now for stage number 2. About a 3-second advantage over the 38 of Cam Patterson. Everybody on the track pretty spread out right now. So we'll continue to just watch the 57 cruise around in the final lap here, stage number 2. Shane Fuller gets the win. Stage number 2, Cam Patterson in second. Cody Moore in the 88 must have had a slip up because Mark Parkhurst closed in there at the end of the lap. But he continues to hold on to the third place for stage. Parkhurst fourth. Festchishin takes fifth in stage number 2. Sixth is going to go to the 84 Pool. Seventh to Ben Madden. Eighth and ninth are going to go most likely to Tony Osborne and Christopher Bishop. Christian Taylor getting the 10th spot. Let's go ahead and have a quick chat with the man who won stage number 2. Shane, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, the stream can hear you fine this time. I know we had
What's up,
trouble.
everybody?
I know we had the trouble there after you won the poll, but you come out with the tire strategy, take home the win. Stage number 2. Is the car getting any better to handle? Because I know the track's only gotten hotter.
No, it's honestly it's the same. So, it's just very, very touchy on throttle, and in the corners you just got to know when to let it off and let it plan itself, and take the corners. Try backing up your corners. Use more braking. It's a complete disaster, but we're managing.
Absolutely. It definitely looks like a blast out there. I don't envy you all that much, but I just want to say congratulations again on the stage number 2 win, and go see if you can bring it home from here. Congratulations again.
All right, thank you.
Christian Taylor there in the 96. He's the lucky dog. He's going to go ahead and take his wave around. As we'll keep an eye on the pit lane camera here. See who comes off of pit road first. Shane Fuller does win the race off pit road. Cam Patterson second. Cody Moore, Mark Parkhurst, Logan Pashchishin round out the top 5. Then it's Mike Poole, Ben Madden. Pretty much everybody coming out in the order they came in. Cody Moore stopped on the track, potentially a speeding penalty or something for the 88. It's unfortunate there. He's been quick all night, so surely he'll bounce back, but unfortunate nonetheless. But with that, 29 laps to go. They'll be going back green here in a couple laps, but we're going to take ourselves a break. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll be back with you here shortly. as we're fixing to go green for the final time. Cam Patterson, Shane Fuller going to be in the front once again. Row 2, Mark Parkhurst, Logan Fastchishin. Row 3, Ben Madden, Mike Poole. Row 4, Chris Bishop, Tony Osborne. And Cody Moore, Christian Taylor at the tail end of the line. They come around the corner here. Pace car is going to dip off. Shane Fuller. Green flag out here at the Glen. Two by two into turn number 1. Looks like everybody makes it through cleanly. Fuller finds himself in the lead once again. Patterson second. Parkhurst third. Fastchishin fourth. As we set our sights on Cody Moore in that 88. He's going to have a couple more guys to pass to make his way back to where he was at before his penalty. But familiar faces once again battling for the lead. It's been the same story pretty much all night between the 57 and the 38. 27 more laps to go. These drivers will have to pit one more time. It'll be interesting to see if anyone tries the fuel-only strategy again. I honestly doubt it at this point. They should have one more set of tires left. And I imagine they take them when they're in their green flag stops. It's just we had a direct comparison there in stage number 2. Cam Patterson, of course, staying out on the old tires. Shane Fuller taking 4 fresh tires, and Fuller was able to get around him fairly convincingly to take the stage 2 win. So I imagine everybody is going to pay attention and learn from that. And that's probably going to be the strategy here in the green flag stops. As Patterson really trying to keep it competitive here. Put the pressure on the 57 and hope he makes a mistake. Personally, I don't feel like either of these drivers have made a mistake all night. Patterson was able to get by Fuller in stage number 1 simply because he had a quicker pit stop. It was a similar story in stage number 2. Patterson goes fuel only. As he's going to make a dive here into the bus stop, Fuller going to let him by. Patterson takes over the lead. Fuller falls to second. Parker still in third. Fastchishin fourth. Ben Madden hanging on to that 5th spot. This is another similar battle to stage number 2 between the 78 and the 04. Logan Fastchishin was putting all kinds of pressure on the 04 Mark Parkhurst in stage number 2. Parkhurst ended up getting the better of the battle after, I'm assuming, a slight mistake from the 78 set him back. Speaking of that, we just saw the 78 tap the wall a little bit there. It doesn't look like it's going to cause much harm to the car. Definitely does not cause any good, though. As these drivers really throw these things up on the curbs. Cody Moore's made his way onto the back bumper of the 33, Ben Madden. It's right on board with the Mighty Donut machine here. You saw Cody Moore dive into turn 1 there. Ben Madden able to cross him back over and hold on to that 5th spot. Mike Poole in the 84, he's throwing his name in this hat now. There's another battle back behind between 3 cars. Chris Bishop, Tony Osborne, Christian Taylor, all fairly close to each other here. Cody Moore able to get by the 33. He's going to start working on reeling in, if he can, reeling in the 78 of Logan Festischen now. Festischen falling back a bit from the 04 of Parkhurst. Fastest car on track that previous lap was the 57 of Shane Fuller, so he's working on cutting into that lead that Patterson has. Fuller about 0.2 quicker that previous lap compared to the 38. Well, we've got a couple of moments here. I'll go ahead and remind you once again, this is the first race of the round of 8. This is a look at the current playoff picture coming into the night. Of course, these numbers are not updated with the stages or whatnot, but Cam Patterson, Shane Fuller, Mark Parkhurst, all well above the cut line, and they're running 1, 2, 3 right now on track. Cody Moore coming into the race with an 11-point gap. The only driver below the cut that may have gained any ground so far tonight would be the 78 of Logan Festischen. He's currently running in 4th right now. Looking to claw his way into a spot in the final 4. But with 21 to go, about to be 20 laps to go here in tonight's race, we're going to see which one of these Donut Box Xfinity Series drivers is going to be the first one to clinch their way into the championship race. Mike Poole has made his way to the back bumper of the 33 Ben Madden. Battle beginning to brew for 6th place. Tony Osborne in the 10 was able to get by the 42 car Chris Bishop there. He moves himself up to 8th. The 96 of Christian Taylor. His rough race continues. His car is heavily damaged, and he looks like he's going to have to tow that machine, which he will. We'll go back and see what happened to the 96 here. Just overdrove the S's hard into the wall. That'll potentially end the 96's night. As we go back to our leader, Cam Patterson. He's working on increasing the gap now back to second. Shane Fuller now about a little over a second back now. Mark Parker still sits in third. Festitian still in fourth. Cody Moore fifth. Mike Poole and Ben Madden continue to be the closest battle on the track. Battle for sixth. Not much of a battle, but the closest battle we have nonetheless. You see Ben Madden there in that 33. He's going to make his way to pit road. He's going to be the first car to make his green flag pit stop here in the final stage. Honestly, if it was me in the car and I'm having to decide my strategy here on what would work the best, looking at the leaders' lap times, Cam Patterson's last lap 15.6, Shane Fuller 15.9. Those guys have already fallen off about a second and a half respectively to their fastest times tonight. I'm thinking the best strategy is pit as soon as you can and get the fresh tires on it. And that'll be the best way to make up ground. We'll see if anybody ends up taking my advice, if they did hear it. But yeah, if I was in the track, I think the best way to gain ground on your opponents right now is to pit early, take tires. Christian Taylor in the 96. Back on track with a brand new car. Used his fast repair. Mike Poole in the 84 finds himself on pit road now. Four fresh tires on that 84 machine. Bit of a long pit stop though, 17.8 seconds. Not sure if he may have been getting some damage fixed or if he was just asleep behind the wheel. "16 laps to go here at Watkins Glen in the Kelly Coburn Memorial GP. I gotta say, I don't know if it's on my end or we just don't have people talking out there tonight. Oh, it was on my end. Plenty of people have chatted tonight, and I've seen none of it because tonight's stream has just went that perfectly. But if you're still in the chat hanging out, I can see you now. Chris Bishop in that 42 car. Hanging out with the 10 of Tony Osborne. He's been gaining on him little bit by little bit here. This is for that 6th spot right now. The 04 Mark Parkhurst comes down pit road, as well as the 78 of Logan Fastchichin. I think that's a good call from both of these drivers here. Probably going to see fresh tires put on the machines. They might be able to gain a few seconds on the leaders. As Bishop and Osborne continue to battle here. As we take a look at this beautiful shot from our blimp camera here of Watkins Glen. You can see the tiny little dots that are Cam Patterson and Shane Fuller. Patterson going to come down pit road this time. Shane Fuller going to go right with him. Parkhurst and Fastchichin both taking 4 new tires. Thank you, Danielle. I do try to make it look good. I'm glad it does, because it definitely... I was having all sorts of trouble getting it set up. I'm glad I did. I did miss a few things, though, obviously. It's tough to interview the pole winner, and you can't hear him. I could hear him. You guys couldn't. Cody Moore inherits the lead now, I believe, for the first time tonight in that 88 car. Yet to pit. The only cars still on track that have not come down yet are the 88 of Cody Moore, the 10 of Tony Osborne, and the 42 car, Christopher Bishop. As Chris Bishop might have had some trouble that last lap. We'll go back and see if we can see what might have happened to the 42. Take a look from our drone cam. Just coming out of the final corner. 10 of Osborne got a little loose. The 42 car not able to check up in time. Just makes a little contact there. Tony Osborne going to come down pit road this time. I am home alone tonight, so I got the dog hanging out with me back here, so if you hear her whining, I do apologize. She's just trying her best to be a supportive fan and cheer for me while I broadcast this race, that's all it is. As it looks like with 13 laps to go, Cam Patterson's got about a 2-second advantage now over Shane Fuller. Cody Moore in the 88 still staying out there on track. But we're going to go ahead with 12 laps to go now, take our last break of the night, and we'll be back with you shortly. contact, I think, between the 84 and 33. Let's go back and take another look at that. See, going through turn 1 here. My pull gets a little loose, comes up there into 33. They do a good job of not getting too much contact. And they get it back going. Shakes things up a little bit, but not all that much with 9 to go. And Patterson's lead continues. Previous laps for the 38 and 57, Cam Patterson with a 15.09, Shane Fuller with a 15.10. So these two drivers very evenly matched. It's going to be tough for the 57 of Fuller to make up any more ground if he wants to have a shot at the win tonight. Closest battle on the track right now, although it's not too much of a battle. 78 of Logan Pestichin and the 04 Mark Parkers continue to race very similar times and race near each other here. Let's go ahead and ride on board with the 78 for a little bit. Pestichin is wheeling that thing right now. He's dealing with a very loose race car right now. Mike Poole regaining ground now on the 33 of Ben Madden. As Cam Patterson continues to lead the way. Chris Bishop there in the 42 under threat of going a lap down. The 57 of Shane Fuller is probably hoping that the 42 car is going to somehow get in the way of the 38 here. Slow him down a little bit. Let the 57 catch back up. It's about the only chance that it looks like Shane Fuller has. Chris Bishop does go a lap down. Cam Patterson getting by him pretty easily going into the bus stop there. as this race is drawing to a close. More trouble for the 33 of Madden. Anytime the 84 Mike Poole gets near him, something happens. Let's take a look what happened here. Looks like the 33 of Madden just locked the brakes up coming into turn 1 here. Rear end of that car just snaps around. He does a good job keeping it gathered up. He does lose the spot to the 84, but no damage done for the 33 car. We've got 5 laps to go. And there's really just not too much to talk about. I mean, Cam Patterson, he won stage 1. He was leading most of stage number 2 until Shane Fuller, with some pit strategy, was able to get by him. Unfortunately, more trouble there for the 96 of Taylor. Must have lost it in the bus stop again. But yeah, Cam Patterson has done a really good job tonight of staying consistent and staying mistake-free. And that's pretty much the key when it comes to road course racing, is you want to limit your mistakes as best you can. Ideally, you know, have a mistake-free race. And as long as you have a little bit of speed to go with that, you've got a good chance. And Cam Patterson has definitely shown plenty of speed. He's still got the fastest lap out of anybody by about a tenth and a half. Or I'm sorry, by about a half a tenth. Shane Fuller there in the 57. He's been a close second as far as the lap times go, and he won stage number 1. Or I'm sorry, stage number 2. But unfortunately just not able to keep up with the 38. As Cam Patterson's lead now up to somewhere around 5 seconds. As Cam Patterson looks to put the 10 car Tony Osborne a lap down. Three laps to go. Patterson does get by the 10 of Osborne. Two laps to go here tonight in the Kelly Coburn Memorial GP. As far as other drivers that have had really solid nights, the 78 of Logan Festchician, after getting caught up in a little bit of a scuffle on lap 1, he's had a really good race other than that, been top 5 all night. Really good race for the 78 as he looks to gain some ground when it comes to the playoff picture. He's one of the drivers below the cut line looking to find their way into the final 4. It's not going to happen tonight via a win for the 78. But if he can chip away these next 2 races more and more, as Cam Patterson now takes the white flag. 7 more corners around the speedway for the 38 to be able to get, I don't even know how many wins on the season for the 38 at this point. See if I can research that for you real quick. Cam Patterson already with 6 wins on the season. This would be number 7 if he can cross the stripe here. Shane Fuller gained a little bit last lap, but I don't think it's going to be enough. As we ride on board the 38 through the final 2 corners. Through the final turn, a final time, the 38 Cam Patterson will win tonight in the Kelly Coburn Memorial GP. Here at Watkins Glen, Shane Fuller gets second. The 04 Mark Parkhurst will take home 3rd place. Logan Feschishin will get 4th. Cody Moore in the 88 finishing out in the top 5. Mike Poole should secure 6th. Ben Madden 7th. As Cody Moore goes head first into the wall spectacularly. Just to put it in perspective how fast Shane and Cam have been all night, Mike Poole is just out of the top 5 and 6th, and he is just now across the stripe. Meanwhile, Shane Fuller and Cam Patterson are almost back to it themselves. As we get set to watch the 38 celebrate win number 7. Mark Parker says, let me give this guy a little more room. Let's go ahead and have a chat with the number 04 of Parkhurst here. He's getting in quite the habit of getting interviews at the end of these races with his consistent finishes. Let's see what he has to say about the podium tonight, getting 3rd place. Hey Mark, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got a copy?
I gotcha.
Bringing home yet another podium finish. I'm sure you must be getting used to getting interviewed here at the end of these races, coming out with these top 3s, finishing 3rd tonight after a grueling hot road course race here at Watkins Glen. How's it feel?
Sore and exhausting. That was a long race.
Yeah, 75
it was a lot of fun.
laps is an endurance race basically in these cars, especially when this track's this hot. So tell me about your experience here.
I did a lot of drifting like I was in a Mario Kart. Heated up a lot of rear tires tonight. It was a lot of fun though. mostly just watching Shane and Cam drive away. I could match their laps across the long run, but in that short run, they could just string some laps together that I had nothing for, so I felt good about the long run pace, but when you're changing tires pretty much every caution, and with only 2 cautions, it's not really that much to do. Basically, once they got so far out in front, I had nothing for them. Just match their lap times and look consistent.
Yeah, with these road course races, you don't see too many cautions. Very rarely do you see a full course caution for any sort of wreck. So there's not much strategy to be played. I think the only little bit of strategy we had was Shane Fuller got the stage 2 win because he took 4 tires when Cam Patterson went fuel only. But other than that, it's really just speed and consistency, and you showed enough consistency to bring home the podium finish tonight. You got any shout-outs you want to make?
First, shout out to my road series that I run on Mondays that got me trained for this. I've been doing a lot of road racing lately, so was hoping for possibly a win tonight, but Cam is absolutely insane, so shout out to him for the win, you for broadcasting, my mom if she's watching, Grace if she's still watching, and the family if they're still watching as well. I know they've taken an interest in my racing as of late, so hope they enjoyed the show if they watched.
Absolutely. There, I will admit there was some points and times during this race, as it happens with road courses, is when you don't have too much to talk about. But I think we made our way through it, and there was definitely some exciting battles there. So hopefully it turned out good. Congratulations again on the 3rd place finish. We're 1 for 1 on shout-outs to moms, so we'll see if we can keep that going once again. And congrats again on the podium, Mark Parkhurst.
All right, thank you.
Alrighty. Let's talk to the guy right here in that number 57 machine for the 3rd time tonight. I hope y'all aren't getting sick of hearing him, because I always love talking to Shane. Shane, it's Jesse up in the booth once again. You got a copy?
I am here.
You are here, and you are number 2 on the board, finishing 2nd tonight after a grueling race. Cam's revving up his motor. I couldn't hear anything right there, but other than that, I mean, you got 2nd. Definitely a good battle between you and Cam all night. Talk us through it, and how's it feel?
Feels real good. I really wanted to win, so we just lock ourselves right into the 4, but that's all right. We'll just race it out. The next couple of tracks are looking forward to. They're some decent tracks of mine. Love Darlington, so we'll see how that all fans out once we get there. But as far as tonight, it was just that battle of the fine line and the balance of on the edge and slipping and sliding, breaking points. I think I only got 1 off track, so I can't get too upset at that. But yeah, I mean, just it was a great battle with Cam. He did an awesome job. During the first stage, it seemed like the tires wearing off paid into my favor. But obviously, how everything unfolded, he got the better half, better car in the last half there. So, congrats to him, and we'll just go on to where are we next week?
You're in the great state of Texas next week.
Yeehaw! All right.
Yeehaw.
Like it.
Yeehaw, absolutely.
Or as my daughter would say, yeehaw. I don't know what that is, but...
Yeah, we definitely have 3 great tracks to finish out the schedule. Texas next week, Darlington to decide the Champ 4, and then Homestead, I believe, for the final race. Always a great time at Homestead, so definitely some excited races in the future. And like you said, maybe you can look to lock yourself in. Although, honestly, as long as you keep showing up and having good finishes, man, you came into this race, I think, 20 points above the cut line. So I don't think you have all that much to worry about, knock on wood, but definitely going to be some exciting races. You got any shout-outs you'd like to make after finishing 2nd tonight?
Oh, man, everybody. Everybody in the race tonight, shout out to Cam. Good job. He's locked in, so that's awesome. The top 3 usual suspects. Good job from Mark. Logan had a pretty good run tonight too. Cody got 5th, and he wasn't too happy, but he came in with the top 5. He should be proud of that.
Yeah, I will
Shout
say,
out.
spectacular drive by him directly into the wall after crossing the stripe. I caught that one live.
Did he Jimmy Johnson it?
Spectacular crash from the 88. But
Did he
yeah,
do that? Did he do the Jimmy Johnson?
basically, it was quite something.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, hopefully he'll kind of sleep on that one and feel better tomorrow. But
Look, as long as he
shout
doesn't
out-
do that in our 24-hour at Daytona, I'm good.
no, we don't want to be doing that. Not on lap 1. But yeah, I mean, shout out to my dad. I believe my dad's still watching. So thanks for stopping in, Pops. Love you. Thank you for the broadcast as usual, and thanks to all the fans that come in and watch every week. It's nice to have some familiar faces in there watching.
All right. Well, we're 2 for 2 on shout outs to parents. Mark shouted out his mom. You're shouting out your dad. We'll see if I know we'll keep that trend. We'll go 3 for 3 on parent shout outs tonight because Cam always shouts out his mom and dad. So
Mark's mom was watching?
I believe she was.
Oh, well, thanks for watching, Mark's mom and Cam's parents. If y'all are watching too, thanks for watching and giving them views. It's really cool to have people watching what we do. We take a lot of pride in what we do.
Absolutely. Well, you got to teach your dad how the YouTube chat works so he can get in there and beef with Cam's dad in the chat.
I don't think you don't want that.
No.
No, if he can figure it out, but I'm not. I'm gonna be the one that's gonna have to show him, and I don't feel like doing it. So
That's fair enough. Well, congrats on the P2 once again, Mr. Shane Fuller.
all right, buddy. Thank you, everybody.
One more man to talk to. Right there. Beautiful car. 38 Red Bull machine. Cam Patterson. We'll see what he has to say after that win. Win number 7. Cam, it's Jesse up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, I do.
Well, after a bunch of lefts and rights, you're coming home. Win number 7 on the season. And locking yourself into the championship 4. Talk us through it. How's it feel?
It feels great. You know, I wanted this win, and after my previous road course races, I was feeling pretty confident that I would get it. But Shane put on a really good battle, and I didn't really know, how to get past him in those first 2 stages. And then once I saw he made a mistake, and once I saw where my issue was, then I managed to capitalize on that mistake, get by him in the bus stop, which I knew would be a risky move. I never really want to pass in the bus stop, as you saw with that lapped car. I just followed him through that because, it's such a sketchy part of the track, but had to do what I had to do, and managed to get by him. And throughout the rest of the race, I just kept, took care of my rear tires, because that's what I knew was the big issue, because at the end of run number 1, I had like 48% left on my left rear, and at the end of number 2, I had like 46. So that's like near to undrivable. As you could see, I was throwing the car all around trying to stay in front of Shane, but then finally figured out just had to be smooth and had to be clean, and that's exactly what I did, and I managed to drive away and end up in victory lane.
Yeah, absolutely. To me, like, mistake-free race from you, which is the most important thing when it comes to the road courses, because you're not really going to have, other than the stage breaks, you're not going to have a caution to kind of bail you out, so you got to stay mistake-free the entire time, and you definitely did a great job of that tonight. And like you said, I think you did, like you said, a much better job in the last 2 stages, keeping the tires on the car. Obviously, in stage 2, you didn't take tires, but here in the final stage, you could definitely tell that you did a little bit better job keeping the rubber on it, and it definitely paid off for you there at the end with pretty good gap to Shane. But it was definitely a good battle between you two all night.
Yep. I remember when he got tires, I thought, oh man, I guess he had a bad pit stop, or he took tires. And then I, went off the black box for the relative, and then came back, and it went from 6 seconds to 3 seconds. I was like, he definitely took tires, and so I tried to stay in front of him, but he managed to get away. And as soon as he drove by me, I was like, yeah, there's no defending that. But I'm glad that I was able to get in front of him. I knew that if I just, was cleaner in the second stage and also managed the lead, because there was a little bit of a mishap and I was caught out for getting a black flag when there was actually no penalty that was supposed to be given, and so it was then canceled, but it caught me off guard and I let off, and Shane managed to get by me, but thankfully it didn't affect me too much, and I was still able to get a win. But yeah, it was a very annoying but fun race.
Absolutely. I think everybody was having trouble keeping the power down tonight with how hot the track was, but you were the best at it, coming home with the win. You got any shout outs you want to make tonight?
Shout out to my mom, my dad. Finally got that win and into the championship fours, so no matter what, I'm getting a payout, so roll tide on that. But also, shout out to Shane Fuller. That was an amazing race. I really had a good time, and I was really enjoyed, racing him on a road course. I knew that the previous two we didn't really get to because he had an EOL at Coda, and then at Chicago there was a mistake made, and he didn't end up finishing. But today we put on a hell of a show. Sorry if I can't say that word. And it was really fun. So shout out to him. Shout out to Cody Moore for making the league. It's always great to have him around. I feel like he's definitely a contender for that championship 4 position. And shout out to you for broadcasting. That was honestly really good. And I'm so glad that I can always go back and watch these. And yeah, shout out to my teammates as well. I know that Tyler and Andrew aren't here because they are busy with in real life stuff, which is totally reasonable. You can't really help that. So yeah, I'll always shout out to them for inviting me onto the team. I think it's a great team, and honestly, I do like the Supra. I'm getting the hang of it. And also to Ryan Castleberry, who was here, but he had problems with the car and wasn't able to continue. But he did show up for about a quarter of the race, and so it was nice having someone in the voice chat. But and then towards the end, it was kind of nice being alone as well, so I could really get in the zone. But yeah, I think that's all.
Absolutely, man. We made it 3 for 3 tonight on shout outs to the parents, so that's always a great thing to do. We always got to shout out the moms and dads out there. I told Shane he needs to teach his dad how the YouTube chat works so he can get in there and beef with your dad. I don't think it's going to happen. But,
we need to get Mark's dad in there. That would be really fun. Get all of their dads, and then they all start fighting. I want to see George, throw some hands. I want to see him
Mark
really get at it with
his
these other
mom
dads.
was watching, actually, I think.
All right, get his mom in. I mean, I don't want my dad to hit a mom, but make them argue. I want to see some fighting. I mean, we're fighting on here on the racetrack. We need some fighting over in the chat. I want to see it happen. But I mean, Dad, don't hit a woman. Don't do that. That's bad.
Maybe one day we'll have beef in the chat between parents of the drivers. But
that'd be really funny.
That would be really funny. But
that would make this so much better. I would pay to see that happen. I'd put some money down. I'd start betting on my dad. Feel like George has got it. I'd do it.
Well, anyways, congrats on taking home win number 7, locking yourself in to the final 4. One last question for you. Are you planning on just putting it in cruise control at Texas and Darlington, or are you going to keep trying to go for these wins out here?
I'm going to keep trying to go for these wins, man. I mean, I'm already locked in. I got nothing to lose. Neither do I have anything. Well, actually, no, I do have stuff to win, and that's Darlington and Texas, and I honestly do really well at those tracks. So, yeah, man, I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go with the exact same mentality that I had going into this race, which is acting like as if I'm not in the championship 4, but I obviously am. And I have no teammates to, affect when it comes to this playoff run, so I got no one in my way. I'm going to go straight clear and into that victory lane, and hopefully try to match up Cody's record and get 9 wins. But I think it's going to be hard winning 3 in a row. I don't think that's going to be possible, but hopefully I can get 2 more wins. If not, just win the championship, because that's obviously the overall goal, and that's been my goal since August. So yeah.
Absolutely. Congrats once again on the win tonight, and I'll go ahead and send you down to celebrate. Congratulations, Mr. Cam Patterson.
Appreciate it, Jesse. See you later.
All right. That's going to wrap up the show tonight. Go ahead and do our typical thing. Watch the driver go ahead and celebrate his win as we jam to some music. get a little farther up in the replay. It's a long lap around here. I ain't got to sit here all day. But thanks again for tuning in. Anybody still out there watching, thank you for sticking around. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. So that way you can stay tuned for every Donut Box Racing League's event. And I appreciate you for coming out. And we'll see you next week for some Texas Motor Speedway action.